Welcome back to LifeLens TV, where we dive deep into the stories shaping politics, society, and the world around us. Today we're peeling back the layers on something that could fundamentally reshape Kenya's political future. President William Ruto isn't just playing the political game, he's rewriting the rulebook. And trust me, the implications of these moves go far beyond the 2027 election. So stick around, because this is a conversation you don't want to miss. Let's start with the recent developments. Just months after proposing the elections Amendment Bill 2024, which could end live streaming of presidential election results, Ruto's administration is now backing another bill. This time, it's the Assumption of Office of President and Transition of Executive Authority Bill 2024. At first glance, it seems like a standard proposal to smoothen transitions, but the devil, as always, is in the details. For instance, one controversial provision suggests that if an outgoing president refuses to physically hand over instruments of power, the swearing-in ceremony can still proceed without them. Sound familiar? This is reminiscent of what happened in the United States during the transition of power from Donald Trump to Joe Biden in 2021. Trump notably chose not to attend Biden's inauguration, breaking with decades of tradition. Instead, he left Washington, D.C. to focus on his own affairs. Despite Trump's absence, the swearing-in ceremony proceeded without a hitch, and Biden assumed office without obstacles.
That I will obey.
Could we witness a similar scenario in Kenya come 2027? If this law is passed, it would ensure that the transition process remains uninterrupted, even if political tensions run high. But this bill isn't just about ceremony, it's about control.
Heavenly Father, we want to thank you for this morning.
By allowing outgoing cabinet secretaries and principal secretaries to stay in office until their replacements are appointed, Ruto is ensuring continuity during transitions. And let's not overlook the proposed penalties. Up to 10 years in prison or a 10 million Kenya shillings fine for obstructing the process. These aren't just tweaks, they're power moves. Now, you might be asking yourself, why all this focus on transitions and power handovers? Why now? Well, it all ties back to something bigger, Ruto's grand strategy for 2027. But before we get into that, let's take a closer look at how this fits into a pattern of legislative changes aimed at consolidating control. We're talking about amendments that not only shape transitions, but also the electoral process itself. Stay tuned, because this is where the political chessboard gets really interesting. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to LifeLens TV for more thought-provoking content. Let's keep the conversation going. Earlier, we explored President William Ruto's strategic legislative moves to ensure smoother power transitions. Now let's delve deeper into the behind-the-scenes dynamics of his 2022 transition team, and why this new bill has sparked such heated debate. In 2022, President Ruto's transition team included some of his closest allies. Justin Muturi, now Public Service Cabinet Secretary, Senator Veronica Maina Davis-Churchier, currently the Roads and Transport CS, and Gladys Sholly, the Uasin Gishu Woman Representative. These were the faces of the incoming administration. Yet, even with such a robust team, the transition was far from smooth. The team worked alongside senior government officials like the head of public service, the Attorney General, and the Chief of Defence Forces. On paper, it sounds like a well-oiled machine, but in practice, frustration reigned supreme. Justin Muturi, who played a key role, revealed in an interview that their efforts were repeatedly undermined. Simple tasks, like sending out invitation cards for the inauguration, were deliberately delayed. Some officials took strong positions and weren't willing to facilitate a smooth transfer, he said. This level of resistance wasn't just about inefficiency, it was about politics. It highlighted how those loyal to the outgoing administration could derail the incoming president's agenda even before he officially took office. Now, think about this. If the transition was so contentious when Ruto was stepping into power, what does that tell us about his motivation for this bill? Is this about fixing systemic flaws, or is it about ensuring no one else faces the same hurdles he did? Of course, not everyone sees this bill as a step in the right direction. Currently, the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission, or IEBC, is required to live-stream presidential election results from polling stations. This process gives Kenyans a real-time view of who's leading, which reduces anxiety and promotes transparency. However, the Elections Amendment, Bill 2024, seeks to remove this requirement. The proposed law, backed by Senate Majority Leader Aaron Cheruiyot and Senate Minority Leader Stuart Madzayo, suggests that election results at polling stations will still be final and electronically transmitted. But without live streaming, the public won't have direct access to the raw data in real time. Instead, we'd be left waiting for the IEBC to tally and announce the results at the national level. The bill is part of a broader package developed by the National Dialogue Committee, NADCO. But it raises serious questions. In 2022, the Justice and Legal Affairs Committee, chaired by Kangama MP Muturi Kigano, firmly opposed a similar proposal, arguing that live streaming results was essential for transparency and accountability. Back then, the committee said, quote, Kenyans should be able to compare the live transmitted results with the final declared results to confirm the accuracy of the election. So why the sudden shift? What do you think? Should Kenya prioritize convenience and efficiency over transparency? Or does removing live streaming risk fueling mistrust in the electoral process? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Let's take a step back to the August 9, 2022 general election. Over 46,200 polling stations reported results, which were live-streamed by the IEBC on big screens at the National Tallying Centre. This transparency allowed media houses and the public to independently track the numbers, reducing room for speculation or manipulation. Without live streaming, scrutinising over 34,000 forms 34A manually would be tedious, leaving many Kenyans in the dark during a critical moment. And remember, trust in elections isn't just about what happens behind closed doors. It's about what the public sees, believes, and accepts. The IEBC, under its previous chair, Mr. Wafula Chebukati, had pushed to repeal the live streaming requirement, citing logistical challenges. But critics argued that transparency should outweigh convenience. After all, the live projection of results doesn't just reduce anxiety. It upholds the constitutional principles of accountability and public participation. So, is the removal of live streaming an oversight? Or is it a calculated move to centralise control over how election results are communicated? With this new proposal, we have to ask, who benefits the most? As this bill moves through Parliament, it's up to us, the citizens of Kenya, to stay informed and hold our leaders accountable. Let's ensure that transparency and integrity remain at the heart of our electoral system. Until then, stay sharp, stay informed, and see you soon. Thanks for watching LifeLens TV, where we bring you in-depth analysis and conversations that matter. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the channel for more thought-provoking content. Hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. We're here to keep you informed and engaged. Until next time, remember, knowledge is power, and together we can shape a better tomorrow. Stay safe, stay informed, and see you in the next video.